everybody. This was a video requested by someone for me to do a video of my Communicator props. So let's get to it. Here you can see the Commbadge collection. My pride and joy is this Federation surplus Commbadge, just like the screen used ones. The rest of these are varied models, probably some fan-made ones, such as this one. The one from the Experience, well, at least that's where I got it. Another fan-made one. The Rubies one, or I think it's Rubies, modified. The IPI one, and there's another IPI one. Oh, it's over there. I guess the temporal agents are beaming in. Don't mind the screensaver. So yeah, probably recasts, undoubtedly. Got that on eBay before I really knew what it was, but it's all good. That a failed painting attempt, but anyway, that's the Commbadge collection. First we can start with the Klingon Communicator from another Sporak kit that he did about a year ago, I think. It's pretty nifty, kind of like just like the original ones. I think it was Worldcon where they had photos, or one of them convention things. Here's the Star Trek II communicators, which one was in my last video. This is the Sporak one. And then this is the Marco Enterprises. So with a guy that sounds nothing like Spock, saying Spock is here. And then it lights up with the little push-to-talk feature. So it's, for its time, it was probably pretty neat, but obviously things have changed. But in retrospect, I'm sure, like I said, for the time, it was the thing to own if you wanted a Wrath of Khan communicator. So it's not as bad as their Star Trek III communicator, but someone has mentioned that this is not based solely on the Star Trek III communicator. It's based on the Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise version. Got the nice electrical tape, little Christmas lights in there. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. Well, little button. I don't know. I gained new appreciation for it when I was told about the Mr. Scott's Guide thing. And when you look it up, it's close. I mean, it doesn't have the nice lined antenna that the real prop does, but it's kind of neat. Next we can talk about the Enterprise communicators. These are both Art Asylum, but I guess I'm not sure which one came first, but they have the phase pistol and the communicator both. There's a kind of a dull gray version, well, light gray, I guess, and then there's a metallic version. This wasn't repainted. There's two different versions. I have both of the phase pistols, but the silver one's like disassembled right now, but this one has the corny green graphic, and I really hated the sound they put with this. It sounds so vomit-esque. And this is the Gary one, or GM props that I added in there. Correct blue colorings. For Galaxy Quest fans, love that movie. Here's the Vox communicators from Pegasus Hobbies. This is the generic one I made first. It's pretty neat. Oops. This is, hopefully, if I ever get around to it, this is going to be a full hero one. It's a plasma disc. The plasma disc is a little too big, so it has to be grinded down, and a few other things have to happen, but hopefully it'll... I found a tutorial that should help, but this should be pretty cool when it's done, hopefully. This communicator is one of those 80s ones where nobody really got it quite right. I'm not sure who it's made by. I think it's Starfleet Fabrications. I have no idea, but it's pretty fat. If you have any, it's supposed to turn on, but I didn't wire it up, and it didn't come with the switch when I bought it, so someday maybe. But if anybody knows anything about this guy, that would be awesome. If you've ever been to Starfest, this thing came full circle. I got it from a person in Florida, and then it turns out one was sold at Starfest, which I thought was kind of cool, in Colorado. So it lights up. It's kind of neat. I mean, it's vastly different than the original-esque one. This is a replica of the original no, that's the Gamma? Is it Gamma? You can correct me. There we go. Alpha Communicator. So, pretty different. Nice steel lid, pretty heavy. And of course, this is the Alpha Communicator. It was a kit by Dstines that I put together. It doesn't do anything. The Morai's cool. Look at that. If I could get 9 more of these and make the rest of them, of course I would, but it's a lot of money. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Here's the Roddenberry.com version with Hallmark electronics. So you can get that short chirp if you just flick it a bit. Last but not least of the fancy communicators, this is a work in progress. Please mind the crappy soldering and other problems. This is a Long John Silver's, John Long communicator. But the difference is, well, I made it so you can switch out these, the Morai patterns, but this has a Bluetooth module in it. Maybe. There it goes. It doesn't work quite right. You still have to put your ear up to it, but I hope to get that fixed. And it works. I was making phone calls on it. It's fantastic. It's very satisfying. Still got to work on that antenna soldering. I have the worst trouble with that. It worked fine on the other one, but anyway. So, John Long communicator. Pretty nifty. Okay, now this part, I don't know if there's any more interest. This is going to be more of the generic mass-produced versions that came out. These are my Playmates ones. You've got the generic one. None of these have batteries, I think. No. But that button flashes the light. That makes the... I can't do it anymore. You know that sound. And that's the chirp noise, and that's the beep beep incoming noise. This is the talkback communicator. Record. Oh, that one has batteries. How you doing? Yeah. So, pretty generic. It doesn't do much else. This I did years ago, and have every intention of redoing it, of course. But I was trying to replicate the animated series communicator because it was all gold. But yeah, obviously that needs to be redone. So, and now for the, oh well, we'll do this guy. This is the IPI communicator. This used to have the little calculator down there and the little watch. But I modified it to be more like the Franz Joseph communicator, as seen in the Starfleet Technical Manual. And now, last but not least, we have the Master Replicas copies. That's what I like to call them. So, this was an experience comm that I had years and years ago, which I sanded smooth-esque. I should probably finish it, but there it is nonetheless. Here's your generic Art Asylum communicators, Diamond Select, Entertainment Earth version, painted that. This is one of the first ones released with low batteries. You can hear them more churning on. This is the Toys R Us version with the plastic lid. It's kind of retarded, but I guess I can understand if parents want their kids to have one with metal Guess the metal could break or something. I'm not sure, but whatever. So that's that guy. So those are the art asylums. And of course, the Star Trek Experience Communicator, probably the closest I'll ever get to a Master Replicas one. But well, you got the and that horrible noise. Ugh, I can't stand that. Oh, it turned off. That's classy. Appears to be out of batteries or something. Well, if it did work, you got your. Oh, well, that works. Something's weird with the switch. Oh, that's nice. Well, that was a fail. You got their flashing light. Guess it knew the opening sound was horrible. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's on with that, but oh well. Anyway, so yes, that's my communicators collection. I hope that was helpful or interesting if anybody was looking at ideas or whatnot. So, any prop dates? Can't think. Working on a Master Replicas phaser redo. It came completely gutted and like it was like a corpse of a phaser. So hopefully that'll get finished. Can't think of anything else. I know there's other things. Working on a John Long phaser. I'm terrified of that kit. Someday I'll finish it, I hope. A few others. Can't think of them, but hopefully this was interesting, entertaining, or it was boring, but you watched it, so Anyway, have a good day, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, and thanks for watching.